on the RNAV Zulu approach.
1286, and just a heads up, at Delta we don't turn our TCAS off anymore, so we could get an RA if he's coming at us. It happened to us yesterday.
Okay, Delta 1286 on the track. It shows him about maybe 3/4 of a mile behind you.
Alright, that should be okay, thanks.
JetBlue 152 maintaining a 170 knots till Judson. Traffic 11 o'clock and 4 miles is Delta on final for the parallel.
We got Delta in sight and 170 to Judson 152.
Delta 1286, contact tower on 135.3. Speed is your discretion.
1286, thanks for your help.
Jumping 17,500. Southwest 2130, contact approach 125.75.
Center Southwest 2130, 1431, 1000.
Southwest 2130, Denver approach, cleared RNAV Zulu approach, runway 16 right.
RNAV Zulu 16 right, Southwest 2130.
JetBlue 152, contact tower 135.3.
35-3, JetBlue 152, good day.
Heading 110, Skyline 403, Charlie.
Charlie.
Southwest 500 approach, altimeter is 2906, flying on the visual approach, runway 17 right.
Thank you much, 17 right.
Approach, Citation 78 Romeo Kilo, descending through 21-4 for 1778,000.
78 Romeo Kilo approach, altimeter 2906, X-rays current at Metro, expected visual approach to runway 12 left.
2906, and we'll expect a visual 12 left, and we have, well, we got whiskey, we'll go get the other.
Right. Southwest 403 Charlie, reduce your speed to 250.
Speed 250, Southwest 403, Charlie.
United 181 Heavy, flighting 250, descend maintain 12, 12,000.
250 on the heading, set of maintain 12, 12,000, 181 Heavy.
Southwest 403 Charlie, flighting 120, descend maintain 13,000.
Heading 120, descend and maintain 13,000, Southwest 403, Charlie.
United 181 Heavy, contact approach 125.75.
12575, United 181, good day. After approach United 181 Heavy's out of 16, descending to 12, 250 on the heading, Charlie.
United 181 Heavy, Denver approach, roger, expect visual approach, runway 16 left.
Expect visual 16 left, United 181 Heavy.
Scouts 447, contact in the center 125.9er, good day.
Kilo traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles northbound, 13,900 indicated, appear to be descending.
78 Romeo Kilo.
Stand approach, Southwest 679, so you're about to pass flightable 250, it's going to be the next 3 landing south with Charlie.
Southwest 679, Denver approach, altimeter 2906, expect the visual approach, runway 17 right.
Expect the visual 17 right, Southwest 679.
Skywest 403 Charlie, reduce your speed to 210.
03, Charlie.
Allegiant 638, contact approach 125.75.
2575, Allegiant 638. Demeter again for Buckshire Flight 758-9.
2,800 descending via the logger, landing south.
Speed to 638, Denver approach, roger.
Skywest 403 Charlie, turn left heading 090.
10,000, United 181 Heavy.
Denver approach mile high 3, elbow 1,000.
High 3, ready to terminate squawk VFR, frequency change approved, due to caution, there's multiple VFR aircraft sitting along Mount Airport.
Frequency change approved, roger.
That's 403 Charlie, contact approach 125.75.
125.75, Skywest 403 Charlie.
Skyline 602, contact Spaceport Tower 120.2, good day.
54, descending 13,000 for 16 left.
That's 403 Charlie, Denver approach, Roger.
Out of 25, descending via the next 3 with Charlie.
Track 27579, altitude 2995, expect the RNAV, or the visual approach to runway 17 right.
Visual approach 17 right, American, 25.
41 traffic, 5 o'clock, 1 mile, westbound is a heavy Dreamliner out of 12.5, fully restricted above you for Denver. Oh no, Southwest 941, that was for someone else. Your flight 759, plan on the visual approach, runway 17 right.
Visual 17 right, butcher by 759. RMP Zulu not available anymore?
Yeah, it's going to be conflicting with some traffic to the east there.
Okay.
3759, contact approach 125.75 today.
2575, butcher by 759.
33.9 or 5, have a good day.
Butcher by 759 out of 14,000, sending via the crew.
Frontier 759, Denver approach, Roger. United 181 Heavy, descend and maintain 900,000. Airport's going to be 10 o'clock and 23 miles.
900,000, we're looking United 181 Heavy.
5.
2130, contact tower 135.3.
X 7100, 5 southeast of space 4. You can proceed as requested and advise procedures turning bound.
Fitting 240.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Gus 403 Charlie, turn right heading 110, descend and maintain 10,000.
Right turn 110, descend and maintain 10,000. Gus 403 Charlie.
United 181 Heavy, turn left heading 200, intercept the runway 16 left localizer.
200 on the heading there, intercept the log for 16 left, United 181 Heavy.
7, you're better to fuel, American 1662.
American 1662, contact tower now 133.3, have a good night.
33.3, good day, American 1662.
Southwest 855, contact approach 125.75.
12575, Southwest 855.
Ports in sight, United 181 Heavy.
United 181 Heavy, cleared visual approach to runway 16 left.
Third division 16 left, United 181 Heavy.
Southwest 855 out of 16, class 5 for 17, all right.
South 855, Denver approach, Roger. Gas 403 Charlie, airport's 2 o'clock and 30 miles.
Airport is tight, Gus 403 Charlie.
Gas 403 Charlie, thank you. Turn right heading 145, intercept the runway 16 left localizer.
Right turn 145, intercept the 16 left localizer, Gus 403 Charlie.
Legion 638, descend and maintain 8,000, airport's 10 o'clock and 23 miles.
8,000, airport site, Legion 638.
Legion 638, turn left there, Jewel to join final, clear visual approach, runway 17 right.
Jewel, Legion 638, and cleared to visual 17 right.
2995.
Scouts 403 Charlie, maintain under above at 900,000 until Joe Bob for traffic and cleared visual approach, runway 16 left.
Joe Bob and cleared visual 16 left, Skywest 403 Charlie.
Gas 403 Charlie, caution.
Alright, good afternoon, guys. We're gonna let's get our flight plan filed, voiced. Doing a Legion virtual today. Gotta get in my hours So we're going to follow this flight route into Denver. And 27, is that right? Yeah, 27. 36 going full load. Alright, so we've got, check my notes here, 60.60 fuel, 4.4, 136. Niner 6. And that's with information Romeo, and they are using 2-1. Denver is landing south, so we'll plan 16 right. Don't know why that showed up twice. Maybe that's... I'll worry about that later. All right, there is no CPDLC, so we just have to do ground. Oh, that looks good. Get that on file. So we are parked here at the terminal. Taxi to 21 via Alpha. We'll take off. Alco 6 departure. So it looks like straight out to Alco's 7,600 above. And then on to Medicine Bowl. And then direct to Folsom. Where we'll grab the flat T3. Descend via Mach number until 280. Maintain 280 till slowed by the star. So we got to be at 280 knots at Folsom. Or yeah, until I get to 280. And then we'll do 250 at Eldo, and then we'll come this way for the runway transition 16 right or left, or 17s, basically south ops. And where is my chat window? There you are. 7 Lima Yankee. Hey, buddy. The Phoenix A320 height. Yeah. Yeah, I saw all that. I'd be curious to see how those videos are on that. It looks good from the pictures, screenshots. I think they just released it, like all the streamers can stream it now, I think. So yeah, I'll have to look at some of that. I just bought the the PMDG, so I'm still like trying to fine tune my flows on that. And then I want to get the Milvitz the Milvitz Cessna 310. I want to get that next. So yeah, the A320 might be a ways off because I have so many Airbuses and X-Plane. I have, the A350, A320, A321. So at least with the PMDG 737, that's my first mid-size anything Boeing for a mid-size airliner. So it's my first 737 that I've actually flown. But I've been enjoying it. But yeah, you're right. There's definitely some A320 hype going on right now. All right, so we'll slow down to 210 here. We'll go to approach mode somewhere in here. Slow down. For the ILS from Tishner. So initial approach fix 1313 210. So we'll just do a full approach into Denver. That's Cat 3 if needed, and we're Allegiant. So we are going to park at Charlie Gates, which is this here. This is course Charlie. So I'll probably park on the south side of Charlie. Let me see if that's where I have my notes for landing. South side of Charlie. Yeah, so we're gonna park somewhere down here where the other Allegiants park, and we got plenty of runway. All right, we are taking off from CPR. No wind, no clouds, so that works. And then we're going to Denver. Do 16 right. So it is cloudy, but low winds, so it should be easy landing. Yeah, very little winds. A little bit of weather, not too bad. There's really no clouds to speak of. Icing, there is some icing. It's probably what, 15? Where's the icing at? 21, 24, and we're cruising today at 27. So we're just above the icing, so that'll work. So to keep the icing in mind on our descent into Denver. So I'm going to write that on my chart here. Icing around 24. Icing around 240. Best to be prepared. I'll close out all these windows because they use up resources. This is our flight plan stuff that I'll show in the cockpit. And here's a cool performance calculator. I prefer my spreadsheet, so I'm just going to keep using the spreadsheet, and I'll show you that too when we get to it. But I wanted to share this with you guys. A friend of mine gave me this link, so I figured you might want it. So here is the link for that. Slowly hanging up the cap on P3D. Only reason is now it's a 777. Yeah, but PMDG will be releasing the 777 after the 747 or before. I can't remember. Like for Microsoft Flight Sim. So you should be able to hang it up completely after, I don't know, maybe 2 years. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so there's that. I'm not going to use it. I'll show you my other one. We'll compare it. All right, so Denver, we're up here. Yep, Allegiant 383, so we'll close that out. Close that. And I'll leave this up here because I do want to show you something at cruise. Let me make a note. I'll save that discussion for cruise. It's a PMDG thing I want to show you. All right, let me get rid of that. I'll leave that. All right, back to the plane. Okay. Let's call up our ground peoples all at once. I don't have one of those sets, as they're called, I guess. So I have a sound system or a sound set for this airplane, the A320. It's I'm using Blue Sky Star Simulations sound set BSS, which are these sounds. So I'm going to tell you something about that as well once I get this cranked up. Oh, I probably need external power and to hook up some stuff here. Let's open up some doors. External power. And I'll do nav light. And I'll do smoking, emergency lights, seatbelt. And we'll get our ADIRs going. So the sounds, the blue sky star simulation sounds, they're coming out with a new version. It's going to be a pay upgrade though, which will carry over into X-Plane 12. He just made that announcement, so I don't know if any of you guys have the sound set for this airplane, which is really good, but he's boasting that it's going to be even better than what we currently have. And I had asked him a question on the Facebook post about if the bug that is in version 2.6 has been fixed in his new build. And actually he just responded to me, so I'll read that in a minute. All right, so we're going to do 5.3. We'll get that fueling going. And we'll turn on some lights. And the weather is 75 degrees, so open up some window, get some fresh air, meet and greet. Cargo is being loaded. All right, let me read what he said real quick, because I asked him about that, because I'm using version 2.5, because 2.6 has a sound bug. And I said during the post, I said, will the bug in 2.6 get fixed in this paid upgrade? The problem is when you reach near top of climb, the power reduces and it's like a roaring sound, like a takeoff sound. And he says the Pro version, which is coming out next, is a completely new, so it doesn't have that, but the older version will get a free update when I look into that bug. Oh, well, that's nice. Okay. At least he acknowledges that he's going to fix the current sound set. So I'm lucky I have the old 2.5 version as well as the 2.6, so I was able to revert back. So I just updated the airplane. The airplane is the latest release now, which has a little bit different landing characteristics for me. Handles really nice on landing. Much easier to land now. Let me see. Trying to find the version that this airplane is now. I just updated it, flight factor to, yeah, so it's version 129er using version 2.5 of sounds, and the new sound will be called the Pro sound. So he's gonna get that out to his local store first, and then he's gonna release it on the X-Plane org later, because that way he doesn't have to pay the extra fees, I guess. All right, checklist. Back to the checklist. You know what I want to do? I want to see if I can arm spoilers. So I want to do number 6. Okay. Speed. Where is it? Speed brakes. Speed brake extend. 1 retract full. Speed brakes toggle. I don't need that. I just want to arm it. So maybe armrest. Master. Alright, well. Do nothing is better than confusing it with landing gear, so we'll set that for do nothing anyway. And I'll find out what that is, because I don't like having to do it manually where you have to drag it up. I'd rather can have a way to arm it separately. Search arm, yeah, I tried. I didn't see it. Did not see it. Alright, the deers are going, let me see. See if I can get my charts and the ATIS ready. Did I spell it right? Yeah. Okay, I'll come back to that. Hang on for a second. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, really? Hang on a second. Trying to find my password here. Alright, that worked. Picture should come back any soon. There we go. Alright, got that. The performance is just incredible with this plane now. I'm getting like 50 FPS. Of course, I am at a stock airport right now, but it's actually a much improved performance. All right, let's load up our fuel. So we're doing 53. Passengers are 136. So calculator, 0 fuel weight is 60.6 minus 53,668, which is right here. Plus the 1,000 I left in cargo. Give me 7932. That will give me a perf data CG, 66. Now we're matching that, and 29.3. 29.3. And showing down to, and a takeoff weight 65 9er. .65 9er. Okay. Do a battery check. Let me first log in. So ground is 0.9er. Using a SATEC panel so it doesn't show up in standby.
10 miles from Carfo, maintain 5,000 until established on localizer. Clear the ILS, runway 16 left approach.
Towers 18.3.
Maintain 5,000 established on the localizer. Cleared ILS 16 left approach. FedEx 518 heavy.
We got 19 quarts of oils. Hydraulic fluid is full. I did forget to turn off the battery, so let's see if that charges. And we got an arrow on both BAT 2, BAT 1. The Signify it's charging. Is kicking on.
FedEx 518 heavy radar contact
see
lost.
If my dog needs to go out. Be right back. Nope. He walked away, but he went to his bed, so guess he's alright. EPU is on. Check the bleed air, cross feeds. EPU generator is available. Tell the ground crew. Switch over power.
To contact Tri-Cities Tower now on 35.3.
Undo the ground power
for the tower, Walker 1252.
And now we're running off at APU, so...
Tri-Cities Tower, Walker 1252. It's with you.
Set up the panel like this so it will burn.
Walker 1250
not uneven.
To Tri-Cities Tower, runway 21 right. Clear to land, landed 23015. Clear land, runway 21 right.
2615 is ATIS, so we get updated weather here.
Assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Sierra. Casper Natrona County International Airport, ATIS information, Sierra. 1853 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 26. 2.1. Altimeter 29904. Arriving and departing runways 21, 26. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Sierra.
The elevation at Casper is 5.3, so that's correct. Let's get our clearance. We're with Sierra. We're on ground. And I'm actually going to cheat real quick and see if on the map it shows a different flight plan. Yeah, it does. It shows a different entry into Flat E3. Instead of Folsom, it has me going from Medicine Ball to Hippie. So that is H-I-P-E-E and then Flat E3. So we'll probably get a change in our clearance. Good afternoon, Casper Ground, Allegiant 383 at the terminal with Sierra, IFR Denver.
Allegiant 383, Casper Ground, standby. And Allegiant 383, Casper Ground is cleared to Denver Airport, Alco 6 departure, Medicine Bow transition, then is filed. Maintain 14,000, expect flight level 270 within 10 minutes. Departure 120.65, squawk 4161.
Cleared to Denver via Alco 6 departure, Medicine Bow, then is filed. Maintain 14,000, expect 270 in 10. Departure 120.65, squawk 4161, Allegiant 383.
Allegiant 383, read back, correct.
Alright, sometimes you cannot trust the, what the computer gives you. But I was ready. So we actually got as filed, so that's cool. Alright. It is time, as they say in the fight world, right? Alright, so let's come down here. And we are good on the Eric until the 19th. So still got time. Alright, so we're gonna go in it. I'm using a iPad app called Web FMC. So I'm typing this in on my iPad. And we're going to Denver.
Walker 1252, left turn Charlie, cross runway 21 left, contact ground point 8.
Left on Charlie, cross 21 left, ground to point 8, Walker 1252.
And airport GPS is 4254. So in it, bring this up to 4254. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so we're gonna match the GPS. That is so out of range. It's so weird. Trying to see if there's any airport information. No. It's okay. You know what? I think I put in the wrong
contact
airport.
Salt Lake City Center 128.72.
Yeah, I did. That's why. That's why. Okay, let's try that again. CPR. That's why it was so wrong. I was like, what in the hell? Apparently I'm tired today. CPR to K10. There we go. That's a hell of a lot better. That's how you know if you put in the wrong airport. Alright. So now we are good on that.
1252 is clear of 21 left taxiing to Selenair Jet Center.
So I don't want to align at Grand Junction.
Walker 1252, Tri-Cities Ground 2, parking.
That would not work very well.
Alpha and cross runway 12 on Alpha.
Parking via Alpha, cross 12 on Alpha, Walker 1252.
Alright. Tropa is 401. And the ground temperature is 24. And we're cleared to 270. And the temperature at 270 is negative 34. Okay. I'm going to flight plan. Depart out of here on 21 on the Outco 6 to Medicine Bow. Insert, insert. And then we're going to do... We're going to have to pick a transition to make this work, I think. So we'll do 16 right. And the star is flatty 3, and the via is the full approach, which would be Tishner. And let's see, I'll do Hippie. Insert, and then we'll delete Hippie because we don't need it, but we needed the transition to get the waypoint Folsom to show up. And then we'll delete that disco. So Medicine Bowl, Folsom, and then to assume the arrival, which the last waypoint would be Tishner. And then after Tishner, it goes to SKIMJ, so that's right. So insert, and then we're going to do init. We're going to grab our winds. Init page 2. And it was 60.6 and 29.3. Plug that in there. 5.3 on fuel, and I need to grab my alright, figure this out real quick. So put in the runway. It's 224. Elevation. It's more than that, but this calculator only allows 2,000. The length is 3098 meters. Slope is fine the way it is. The winds. Winds are calm, so we'll do 360. 0. Temperatures 26. QNH 1013. It's dry. Take off weight 65.9. And CG is 29.3. So this is our V speeds. So we'll go ahead and plug that in. So we're going to go perf. Change this to 5840. I like 500 AGL with this plane. And then the ILS is just a regular ILS that I'm using, so that would be 200 radar altitude, so decision height 200. And we are at CPR 21. And our perf is 148, 149, and 150, 59. We'll go in at page 2 and leave it on the in at fuel prediction page for engine start, because that will roll to the proper page for CG. Takeoff trim CG. Flying via but maintain 1-4. Climb and nav are blue. Autopilot set. Fuel pumps are on. ACARS. Let me load that. So we're going to grab from SimBrief. That looks good, so we'll go ahead and start the flight on the ACARS. But I have to first turn off the fuel. ACARS doesn't want fuel running when you start it. Alright, ACARS is now started. I'll check it. And we can get rid of our ground people. Pressurize the bottle so we can use the brake, which is connected to the cargo doors. So now the brake is safe. We got full pressure on the bottle. Do an emergency generator check here. Check FADIC, which is engine displays. I can close them. Close that door, give her a lock.
Now the cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call us to the menu when you're ready to go. Now the cockpit, the tow's driving up now.
Yes, Captain. We are waiting for your instruction. Ground to flight deck. All holds and hatches are closed. Walk around complete.
Alright, recorder test is good. Doors are shut. Secured.
All doors and hatches are closed. We're connecting now.
$41.61. Alright, we're rocking and rolling. We'll throw on some beacons.
Go ahead.
Tows connected and bypass pins inserted. Release the brakes.
Number 221 Alpha Mike, Seattle Center, maintain VFR for now, squawk 1422.
Okay, push is commencing. Go ahead and start the engines.
Yeah, I pushed the right way. Okay. Would have been embarrassing. Alright, so we'll turn this on. Ignition. Go hydraulic for condition. And we'll kick on engine 2. Getting available, there's available.
Number 221 Alpha Mike, radar contact 10 miles south of the Clicatat VOR, SEG, your altitude leaving.
Operations complete. Set the brakes. Stand by. We're disconnecting the tow now.
Number 1 Alpha Mike, can you maintain VFR up to 8,000? Very good. Number 221 Alpha Mike, 221 Alpha Mike, upon reaching 8,000, cleared to the Coeur d'Alene Airport via as filed, and climb and maintain 11,000. The Dallas altimeter 3008.
Kind of nerdy, but I have the Airbus Master Caution as my alarm on my phone. Oh, that's cool. That is actually really cool. I didn't even think of that. They have alert tones for everything. I guess I would just find something like that on the App Store, right?
Signals on the right.
Just
We'll see it.
search phone alerts or something. Kind of like that idea. Guess I'm nerdy too. Alright, we have 2 good engines. We go normal, flaps 1, plus F, takeoff config. And we'll do our Safety briefing here.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, we kindly ask that you direct your attention to the review of the emergency procedures.
Oxygen,
there are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. Note that the nearest exit may be behind you. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose, pull the strap to tighten it and breathe normally. If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own mask is on before helping your children. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing, leave your carry-on items behind. Life vests are located below your seats, and emergency lighting will guide you to the closest exit. We ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away safely during the flight. While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you.
CG 28.6, down 0.1. Plug that in there. Down a smidgen. That should be relatively close to this, which is down 0.2. CG's right there. So that is a match, and we'll turn on our cargo heat. Turn off the APU. Now we'll work off the engine packs so those warnings go away. Taxi lights on, and I'll check our light controls here. This is the part where I'd like to arm the speed brake, but just have to do it old school. Alright, so all that is good. Taxi lights are on. Look at our current weather.
Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 26. 2.1. Altimeter 299.4. Arriving and departing runways 21, 26. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Sierra. Casper Natrona County International Airport, ATIS information Sierra. 185.
Alright, we are current with Sorora. Sorry, we're holding up the traffic here apparently. Alright. Casper ground, Legion 383 at the terminal with Sierra ready taxi.
Legion 383 Casper ground, runway 21 taxi via Alpha across runway 26.
Runway 21 via Alpha across 26, Legion 383. We be taxiing. It'll wake you up. Talking about the your ringtone. Ringtone. I guess that's what you search, right? You search ringtone. Make a note to do that later today. Search ringtones. Traffic Global doing what it wants to do up there. Tells Traffic Global go to the tag. It's AI. PilotEdge does not see that plane because they only see me and their drones, but not that. That's just for our own visual accord. Alright, supposed to have a static cockpit during taxi, but I'm a single pilot, so we're going to multitask, checking out ECAMs. Fuel is even. APU is off. Doors are shut. Wheels are fine. Systems are normal. Do max. Takeoff config check. Normal. Oh, I see the link you sent on ringtone. I'll check that out in just a minute. Appreciate it. Is that for, is that strictly like iPhone, or is it, I have an Android. I don't know if that would make a difference. Oh, that's a cool livery. That was pretty cool. We're crossing the runway here, so clear, all right. Clear left.
1 Alpha Mike, contact Seattle Center 121.4.
Approaching 26.
Come up here to 21. Heavy above 76 there. We're at
Grand Junction
4.
ground. Mooney, November 82264. Northwest of the terminal on the ramp. Ready to taxi with Lima.
Number 221 Alpha Mike, Seattle Center, roger. Mooney 82264, Grand Junction ground. What was your direction of departure, please? It was stepped on.
On the depart towards the northeast, going to Aspen.
Number 82264, Grand Junction ground, runway 29er, taxi via Alpha, hold short runway 22.
Taxi via Alpha, hold short of 22 for 29er 264.
120.65 is departure.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Landing lights. Turn that off. Sometimes it interferes with this plane. Yeah, we've got 10,000 feet of runway. We can leave packs on for this. Casper Tower, Legion 383 on short runway 21.
Legion 383, Casper Tower, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. Wind calling.
Runway 21, cleared for takeoff, Legion 383. Alright, cabin is set. Good to go. Gear, climb thrust.
Approaching 21.
VR is 150, V2 150 plus 20 for V2 plus 20. All right. Do a roll and takeoff here, 50%.
On runway 21.
Engines stables. Flex 53, SRS active, airspeed is alive. Rotate. Gear heavy. Positive rate, gear coming up. Super heavy. Alright, V2 plus 20.
Legion 383, contact departure.
Over to departure, Legion 383, see ya.
Number 1 off my contact, Seattle Center 132.6.
To be in the right position. Casper departure, Legion 383, going via the Outcoast 6, leaving 6,700 for 14,000.
Number 221 Alpha Mike, Seattle Center, Yakima altimeter 3001.
Of course.
Legion 383, Casper departure, radar contact.
And I got to be above 7.6, so we're going to hold 200 knots with 1+F takeoff config till we clear that restriction, and then we'll speed her up. Or 7.6, speed her up. Speed brake off. Flaps will go to automatically at 215. It will take out the flaps. And then I have to do the slats, front part manually at anywhere above the slats. So take them out now. That will remove the leading edge slat. So one thing Microsoft Flight Sim does not have is a flyby. Wish they did. That would be super cool.
Legion 383, contact Denver Center 133.67.
Denver Center 133.67, Legion 383. 3367. Denver Center, Legion 383, Outcoast 6, 10,000, 200, climbing 14,000.
Legion 383, Denver Center, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb maintain flight level 270, Legion 383. 27. Go ahead and
Salt Lake Center, Flex 548, 360 for 390.
lower
Flex
that
548, Salt Lake Center on
sound. And we have ground radar, but I'll use it coming into Denver. Looks like it's working okay. And we also have weather radar, which you never have on the ground because you could hurt people with the radar.
Runway 2264, Grand Junction, Tower Cross, runway 22, on runway 29 are cleared for takeoff, and on course
right
departure route.
I think the sounds are in MP3 format, so it doesn't matter.
The Salt Lake City Airport landing north at the Bryce Canyon VOR, change to Quinn 5. Quinn 5, arrival in Salt Lake City.
Arrival for Quinn 5, Flexjet 548.
Make sure, I might have to slow down to make this altitude. Give the FMS a second to figure out my climb performance because I'm really heavy. I want to make sure I have somewhat of a cruise. Alright, so top of climb 7, top of descent 14, so that's 7 minutes. That's good enough. As soon as we go through transition altitude of 180, I'll show you that thing I learned on PMDG 737. That's like super cool. And I also will click on that link to check that out as well. They didn't do any work on the inside cabin, but it always looks pretty good. I don't have ortho for this part of the world, but we'll have ortho coming into Denver. I got custom Denver and ortho. Any landings in the 737? Yes, I've done 2 full flights. My first one was in Japan. I flew into Tokyo. That was kind of fun. I did it offline, so I didn't care, you know, so if I screwed up the procedure. And then I flew it again last night online on VATSIM. I flew into Atlanta. Let's go standard cross check. And check pressure. Pressure is good. And I did okay. I made a mistake. I was testing the cost index, and it has a very difficult time handling VNAV if you have too high of a cost index. I was using 80, which realistically it should do, but I think it asks for a too steep of a descent. So I've since read that using a cost index anywhere from 10 to 30 is probably your best bet. So I'm going to try 25 for cost index tonight, and if it's too slow at cruise, then I can always manually adjust the cruise speed. That's the main reason I use high indexes, is for my cruise, but I can just manually take it over. So the thought is that I'll have a better VNAV with a lower cost index, a more practical cost index. You use 30? Oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to try 25. And your VNAV, it does pretty good with 30. Have you experienced any like issues with top of descent? Because that was the big issue with using cost index of 80, was my top of descent, like it would calculate it, but then it would nosedive at like 5,000 feet per minute. So it was just too steep of a descent. It was meeting restrictions barely. The Atlanta controller was like, "Are you going to descend today?" Well, I didn't realize that having a high index would really affect the descent, but it does. I'll turn the seatbelts off, turn off the blower, and we'll take a look at that. So these are the ringtones. I don't want to click on any of these because I don't know if it would mute my stream because of, restricted, protected material or whatever. So I'm not going to click on any of these. But cool. I will add this because this is pretty cool. Airbus ringtones, autopilot off, Airbus stick. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun looking at that. Awesome, thanks. I've got that saved on my laptop, so I'll look at that later. So here's the thing with the PMDG. There is a file for wins. You know how I am with my wins. You know, like I like to have all my wins downloaded, so that way you have a really good VNAV. But the wins were working fine with lower cost index. I did like 50 and my VNAV was perfect. So I might experiment. I'm going to drop back down 25 tonight, then I'll move it back up. But anyway, what you need to do is download the wins because PMDG does not have access to Microsoft Flight Simulator's weather. So it cannot import the wins from the sim. It doesn't even have that capability to connect to the internet. That's why they haven't released the EFB yet. So the way that they've gotten around that is you download a file from SimBrief and you import it into the actual aircraft. And from my understanding, I haven't tested it yet. I tested it last night. It worked perfectly, but I downloaded the file before I started the flight. So I don't know if that makes a difference. From what I read, that's the recommendation. But I'm going to test tonight to whether or not it will work once I've already started the plane. So I'm going to download one tonight before the flight, and then I'll download a new one after I'm in to see what happens. So I'm doing all my testing offline, without streaming, obviously. So anyway, you want to go to the PMDG 737. You have flight plan and wind uplink. This is the file that you want to download. Okay, so you download this file, and then you got to find where your installation is for your it might not always be where you it's not the community folder, it's a different folder. So you download the file from here. Then for me, this is where my file goes. Okay, and this is for flight plans for my CRJ, and this all depends on, you know, if you installed it from the store, or if you use Microsoft. I mean, there's a whole different ways to install. So the main thing is this latter part. It's like the last page in the owner's manual of the PMDG airplane manual. So you download the file, copy this link, and then just paste it into your Explorer like that. Hit enter, and then that will bring you right to the packages. And this was the flight I did last night. So you import this downloaded file from here, put it in this path, and then when you're in the plane, you can pull up your cruise winds and your descent forecast winds, all from this one file. So my test tonight will be to download a fresh file after I'm already at cruise and see if it will pick up the new winds. So I'm going to download a little bit outdated winds at first, and then I'll download a current winds, I think. So I'm going to do it. So that's the main thing I wanted to show you, is this file located here, wind uplink, and then that will give you cruise winds and descent profile winds while you're in the sim. And you said the VNAV at cost index 30 gives you 1,500 to 2,000 feet per minute. Oh, nice. Yeah, that sounds perfect. MFSS route packages, aircraft, wind uplink. Yeah. So have you been using that? Like, did you know that, or did I teach you something? Because not everybody is known about that, from what I understand. Not everybody reads the manuals. Especially people like you that knows how to operate a plane, but I only primarily read the manual because I didn't know that much about the plane to begin with. So I'm actually having to learn how to use all the systems. But I like having the winds update. I mean, on an Airbus and X-plane, I can go to wind data and wind request right in the sim. I don't have to do all that mess with this plane.
Legion 383, descend via the Flatty 3 arrival, runway 16 right transition, the Denver altimeter 29904.
Descend via Flatty 3 arrival, 16 right transition, 29904, Legion 383. Alright, so we got our descent info. Let me pull this up here. And we're coming up to Folsom. And we've got Flatty, and we're doing the 16 right transition. So 16 right transition is Tichenor, which is what I have set, and I've got the ILS 16 right approach set. So we're going to grab our weather at Denver, our ATIS, I mean. They're current with information, Mike. Altimeter 2994. Arriving runways 16 right from Tichenor. Visual approaches in use. ILS 16 right in use. Okay. I wonder if I can get this to work. HTTPS / METAR TAF.com Denver. Oh, cool. There's our winds. A little bit of a left crosswind. Cool, it does work. I wasn't sure if that would work. Alright, so we need to get our arrival information in set. So we're going to go ahead and grab our winds. So we can get current downloaded winds. Here comes our ortho. Denver's altitude is 5434. 5312 is close enough. All right. So we go down to 13,000 by the star. So drop this to 13. And we got a few more miles to go. So I need 29904, the wind 090 at 4 and temperature 28. 090 temperature 28 Celsius. So I'm gonna go perf 2994 and 28 and 090 at 4. And in case Denver changes flows or messes with me on our arrival, we will have a second flight plan to work off of. Put our TCAS to below. Start on our way down. Denver Center, Allegiant 383 is leaving 270. Here comes the profile. And 7 Lima Yankee says the P3D version works without the workaround, so I had to look into MSFS workarounds. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, most of the flight sims have the weather available. I think it's for the same reason that there's no weather radar in the PMDG 737 for Microsoft Flight Sim, just because they don't have access to any of the weather. So they can't do weather radar, they can't import winds, they can't do anything. I don't know why it's such a big secret. I mean, why not just have them sign like what is it, NDA or something, you know, if they're worried about leaking of code or some stupid stuff like that. But I mean, I guess they're working on it. So I think once they have weather availability for weather radar, then that should open up the door for importing winds as well. And are you getting good performance in the 737? I am actually. I'm using a GTN or GTX. Wait, I'm getting avionics confused with my video card. It's a 1080 GTX. I think it's GTX 1080, and I'm getting like 48 FPS, which is about the same thing as I get right now in X-Plane with my airliners, most of my airliners. So I'm very impressed with the performance with that airplane. The only thing that I don't like, and it's a sim-wide issue, it's not PMDG's fault, is the stuttering. You get micro stutters when you pan around, but I also have the sim streaming ortho. So I don't download any ortho before. I understand that if I download a bunch of ortho before the flight, like pre-download it, then that would cut out a lot, if not all, the stutters, but I don't, it doesn't bother me that much. Alright, so that's with information. Mike, let me get this set up. So we'll go ahead and get this ready to download again when we switch to approach. And we're doing ILS 16 right from Tishner. So 1119, 173. 1119. 173, so ILS is fine. Decision height is
Lecture 548, contact Salt Lake City approach 128.1.
Second flight plan is entered if we need to change an approach or something while we're on our way down. And missed approach procedure, climbed to basically 6,000, then right turn to 12,000 on that VOR, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to make quick note.
Salt Lake approach, shortly altimeter 2987, descending to Quinn 5, arrival Good visual approach
So
runway
that way I'll know
35.
what the FMS is going to want to do. It's going to go 6,000, then a right turn on a heading of 218.
Legion 303, contact Denver, approach 120.35.
Denver approach 120.35, Allegiant 383. 2035. We're coming up on that, so we're going to go 2035. And we're going to make sure our ATIS is still mic, which it is. So our approach is still the same. Got a little high there. Good. Denver approach, Allegiant 383, descend via the flight E3, 16 right transition, leaving 17,500. Current with Mike, request ILS 16 right from Tishner.
Legion 383, Denver approach, Denver altimeter 29904, cleared ILS runway 16 right approach.
29904, cleared ILS 16 right approach, Allegiant 383. Alright, so final approach fix is 7,000. 7,000. Turn up the sound volume there. Looks like we're back on track. Plane got a little ahead of me. Probably because I have a high cost index. As I have learned. Imagine sticking the GTN in the 737. Right. GTN 750. At least I'd know how to operate it. I'm having to learn that whole FMS thing. Learn all the Boeing-isms. It's been fun though. I've been enjoying like studying an aircraft. I haven't really studied anything for quite a while. I mean, I'm always learning something new, obviously, but just learning that the systems are pretty cool. All right, speed check 230. And we're cleared for 16 right, so Denver 16 right. It's 33 miles away. Do auto brake low. Turn the speed brakes. Turn on our seat belts. And my weather injector for Denver shows. Let's see if it's caught up to what I have in here. Weather injector is sometimes 15 minutes, 20 minutes behind. 0904, temperature 2894. Actually, my weather injector shows 92. That was not that big of a deal between 92 and 94, but I'll split the difference. Split the difference for the perf. Next approach, 123.85. Sometimes they send me over to a final approach controller. If not, the runway, it's 16 right, tower 135.3. And ground, it's 127.5. Those definitely help. And we're gonna park on the south side of
754 Delta Whiskey up to the center low. Descend to the Razor 4 arrival, San Jose landing northwest. Descend at the altimeter 3009.
So we're going to look to exit at Delta 5.
Lecture 548, descend and maintain 8,000, the airport 11 o'clock and 25 miles. Report on the site.
8,000, we're at the airport today, Lecture 548.
Lecture 548, cleared visual approach from A35.
Go ahead and start that
approach 35,
so we
Lecture
can start
548.
slowing down to better speed. My slow down speed is 200 knots. Normally I would turn on the landing lights at 10,000 feet above ground. In this case it'd be 15,000, but because I'm using A-cars, it will ding me if I turn on the landing lights too far above 10,000 MSL, so I have to do this a little bit unrealistically. Get the ILS tuned in. And there's 200 knots. So we'll bring in flaps 2. That will create some drag, and then I'll go to manual speed at 190. And that will help bring me down. Seatbelts are on. We'll get landing lights on here. Sound volume is up. So tower's 135.3. Looks like he's going to skip the final approach controller. That's fine. Looking for about, with this altimeter pressure, about 10.4, and then we'll add some lights.
In preparation for landing, please adjust your seat back so they are upright and stow your tray tables. Please turn off any laptop computers and stow them. Flight attendants will walk into the cabin with a final try picking up any remaining.
Duck stop, Starward, can you hear me?
I can.
Alright, we'll stop this at 9. We'll go ahead and arm approach since the glide slope is there. Do Cat 2 for the heck of it. Once I capture the glide slope, then we'll change the MCP to 12,000. Missed approach. Fly by. Probably should have done that with the wheels down.
Lecture 548, contact satellite tower on 18.3.
I think tonight's flight I'll do the PMDG
35
into LaGuardia. I have payware scenery for LaGuardia, and that plane lands very nicely. Like, I can hand fly that PMDG 737 so well. It's so nice to hand fly that thing on final. I love the HUD on it too. I've never used a HUD before. The one in the CRJ sucks. The 737 just looks right. Everything looks and feels right with that. Alright, we got towers.
Denver Tower.
Over to Denver Tower, Legion 33. 35.3. Denver Tower, Legion 33, establishing a localizer 16 right.
Legion 33, Denver Tower, man, what's the direct call in?
16 right, clear to land, Allegiant 383. Alright, we are on the slope. So we're going to reset from mist to 12,000. Ground is 5, so 6, 7, 8, 8,000. We'll go to managed. Start slowing this down. And speed brakes are armed, so go managed. And we'll do gear down. Speed check, flap 3. Three green times 2. Hundred 60. Speed check, flap full. If we were dealing with wind shear, I would come up here and turn on landing flap 3, and then we would go to the perf, and I would hit config 3 on the McDo. But we're not dealing with that. We don't have any wind. I should have no excuse for a bad landing. None at all. Should probably reset my track IR though. There we go. Alright, auto brake, spoilers. Landing gear, signs, spoilers, flaps.
1,000.
Approaching 16 right.
If we needed to go mist, it would be full throttle, flaps 3,
400,
gear up, and then flaps 1 as we increase our speed.
100 above, 300.
Alright, autopilot off, my plane. This thing hand flies a lot
minimum 200.
Nicer than it used to on a final. Just taking my time on the landing.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 20, 10, 5.
Long landing, 3,000 feet remaining.
I'll take that, 87 feet per minute. Alright, reverser's green.
Kilo 7.
Spoilers deployed.
Kilo to ramp, outer ground.
Kilo to ramp, hold on. Oh, I'm underground. That should not be right. How we did?
60 knots. Reverser's off. Brake fan.
$7,000 remaining.
Exit here at high speed, Delta 5.
$6,000 remaining.
Ground is 127.5. Always stop after the high speed stop bar. Denver Tower, Legion 383, looking for south side of Charlie Concourse.
Legion 383, straight ahead, Delta 5, Whiskey Bravo into the ramp, and you can take hotels. I don't know where you need to go.
Delta 5, Whiskey Bravo, hotel to parking, Legion 383, thanks, we'll see you. 375. He didn't tell me to switch to tower, so I mean ground, so we're going to stick with tower. We're going to turn off our strobes and landing lights. Turn off our pitot. APU is online. Going off-road here. Nice job. Hey, thanks, Chaz. Appreciate it, bud. Did we land yet? I know. I was going for a greaser.
Approaching.
This
3,
version
4, right.
of the Airbus just feels so much better than any version I've ever flown prior on the landing. It's so smooth. It takes barely any effort on the stick or the yoke in my case to make it grease. Before with the auto throttle, it just made things very difficult. I mean, not the auto throttle, the auto auto trim.
A346 Hotel is a general aviation parking. Permission to taxi for run app departing to the south.
The auto trim, I think, shuts off at 20 AGL. I don't know if they dampened it or what they did, but it just handles so much easier. Had to park south side of Charlie because Bravo terminal is all United, which is my typical airline. But gotta get my Allegiant. Gotta get my Allegiant flight hours. Virtual flight hours.
Number 8364 Hotel, did you copy?
Long landing. 13,000 feet remaining. Yeah, you get that no matter what. Like if you don't land in the touchdown zone, it will yell at you.
Approaching red table, 13,500. Landing.
I had, like you said, you know, you saw it was 13,000 remaining. So I wasn't worried about running out of runway, that's for sure.
Straight in 15, clear to land 264.
Let's see, I guess we'll kick out, let's see. Very last. Kick out, we'll kick out Frontier. I have Traffic Global pretty pinged out, so you just have to like boot people out of here. So as soon as I come up to from behind the Frontier here, it should disappear and allow me access to the gate. Take a second probably for it to disappear. Yep, disappeared. Alright, we're gonna turn off our lights. Transponder. Got APU. Turn that off.
Centennial clearance delivery, Skyhawk 7390 Charlie. Looking to pull up my IFR flight plan for some practice approaches into Centennial.
Turn up the wheel fan. cargo heat.
Number 739, Sierra Charlie, Centennial clearance. Go to Centennial Airport, Denver 2 departure. Radar vector is Centennial, that is filed. Maintain 8,000, expect 9,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.1, squawk 5272.
Clear Centennial, Denver 2.
Alright, I'll do end the flight on my ACARS, so I get credit for that. We'll do a replay here. You were still in the TDZ zone, about 1,000 past the aiming markers. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if it was like a short runway or a contaminated runway to where you really got to, think about your stopping distance, then I wouldn't have worried about greasing it. I just would have put it down right on those markers the best I could. Sometimes it's better to have wheels down than try to get, a grease butter landing. Assert your dominance. All right, we'll make sure we're offline here. Ah, crap. I don't think this version of the plane likes replay mode. Sim just crashed. It's the first time I've actually tried with this current version the replay. It could be an issue with the traffic global with this plane. I've had issues like that in the past. So apparently I'm not going to be able to see the, yeah, it just totally crashed out on me. Yep, there it goes. Oh well, no big deal. At least we finished the flight. That didn't happen. So I'll just send the log off to the flight vector so they can try to figure out. Well, maybe I'll try it one more time on another flight to see if it does it again. If it does it 3 times in a row, then I'll know it's a bug. So I'm not going to worry about collecting logs and everything right now. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I will catch you all next time. You need to update the A320 MJ says. But all those additional things like connector, engine mod, ouch. Well, the engine mod is in the BSS package, so it's like you just drag and drop. It's not hard. It takes maybe 5 minutes to install the sounds, but make sure if you don't have the BSS sounds right now, don't buy it because you need version 2.5. Wait for the new one to come out if you don't have it already. But yeah, otherwise I agree that updating anything these days is a pain in the butt. All right, cool. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll probably do a random stream later this week. Maybe I'll do some DCS stuff later this week. And I'll catch you next Monday, same bat time, same bat channel, 2 p.m. Eastern on Mondays. Thanks. See ya. You bet, guys. Y'all take care. Chase out.
Turbulence, you'll be 11 miles in trail of a heavy Boeing 787.
Roger that, thank you.
Frontier 759, fly present heading, descend and maintain 900,000.
Says heading down 9,000, bunch of ice. Let's get on.
United 181 Heavy, contact tower 135.3.
135.3, thanks for the help. United 181 Heavy, good day.
That's 500, 16,000 send the
500 Denver approach, roger, runway 17 right. Yes, 403 Charlie, traffic is going to be 10 o'clock in 3 miles at Cessna 172 westbound at 7,500.
Prospect 41-6.